CDC Vice Presidential candidate Jua Howard Taylor certain of a one-round victory in October. Representative candidate says President George Weah deserves a second chance. The civil society human rights advocacy platform of Liberia condemns what they term as rushed extradition of ex-Sierra Leonean Secretary-Chief. Good evening and welcome to Buzz TV News. I'm Star Jari presenting. Today is Wednesday, August 9, and let's bring you the news in details. The Secretary General of the Civil Society Human Rights Advocacy Platform of Liberia, Adama Dempster, has termed as unacceptable the manner and form in which ex-Sierra Leonean police chief was turned over to his country. According to Mr. Dempster, the Liberian government failed to follow diplomatic means before taking such decision, something he noted was unfair on the human rights end.
It's unfortunate that our government did not consult diplomatic channels. We want to put it clearly in that light, and there's a likelihood that the medium through which this turning over have taken place may have subjected Mr. Touré to any form of alleged torture, inhumane or cruel treatment, because we don't know what will be the legal basis or grounds that this man's rights will be protected, given the wild allegation level against him and looking at the nature of how people or government perceived the issue of coup d'etat and coup d'etat in Africa.
Any final thing you'd like to say towards that?
So me as civil society and the human rights community, we are in contact with our Sierra Leonean counterpart, the civil society and human rights community in Sierra Leone, to follow up on the status of Mr. Touré. And in the same vein, we as civil society and human rights, we discourage and condemn the wave of coup d'etat that is taking place in Africa, and within ECOWAS and the African Union need to put mechanisms into place to arrest and put a stop to the wave of coup d'etat that is taking place.
Meanwhile, Mr. Dempster said the civil society community of Liberia is following the proceedings back home through its Sierra Leonean counterpart. He fears that the ex-Sierra Leonean top security chief may experience drastic punishment for his alleged involvement into the failed coup attempt on current government headed by President Julius Maada Bio. Montserrat County District 16 Representative candidate J. Franklin Sakol has stressed the need for President George Weah to be given his second chance re-election. According to him, the Liberian leader works over the years a tangible reason for his re-election. Franklin at the same time named sound advocacy, women and youth empowerment, quality health care and educational opportunity as key areas he will focus if elected representative for his district.
I think the president deserves the second term for the work he has done. And I think young people and sees him as their inspiration. I trust that as young people, we can take our future into our own hands. And we have been on the fence for long, and we have not noticed any change. So the young people should now stand up, because when 6 years after your age, it means that you are nothing. So with the kind of potential that the district has, I believe that the district deserves better. We say leadership can make what seems impossible possible. With our, our motto of building dreams and making difference, there will be better representation, legislations, and oversight. We will have a better health and delivery service. We will have job creations. We will have academic opportunities for young people. We will have empowerment for women and girls market. We will have care for the society neglect and you name it.
The chair of the National Commission on Disability, Danton Doma Pei Bay, has called for more support to persons living with disability. Speaking during the donation of food items to members of the ACFI orphanage home, Madam Pei Bay stated that the alleged abandonment of the disability community is unfortunate, and it is about time for the public to see them as part and major contributors to the national development processes.
There are a lot of institutions that are carrying on humanitarian services, but they don't come around people with disabilities because they still have that they will never regret. This is an investment that God will bless them. The Bible says if you do it for the least, you are done it unto God because you are not seen God. But the fact that you were able to reach out to that nobody, you have definitely reached out to God. And the Commission on Disability. And I tell people, I feel happy with this community because nobody will tell a friend, your paper here, or you can see, or you can do this, because we are all the same. And I feel happy with you because nobody will look in my face and tell me how I look. So I want to say to you, all you will do is never have a voice in society. Good is that when the government is making an appointment at the level of the commission, they make the appointment from various categories. It's just the beginning part of our life, we become like a spinning entity. But when our lives are built and we are empowered, we become access to society. So if you have a child with deafness, that child, you don't know what the future looks like tomorrow. Today, a young lady you see sitting behind the podium have me. And this is why you see me.
Well, viewers, if you're just joining us, you're watching Buzz TV News. I have our news presentation of major happenings in Liberia and beyond. I am Star Jari with this midweek presentation. One of our top stories we are following: District number 16 Representative candidate Franklin Sakor says President Weah deserves a second chance re-election. And still to come, our sport news and other development. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to Buzz TV News. Let's now bring you more stories. Vice President Jua Howard Taylor has expressed optimism for the one-round victory for her party, the ruling coalition for democratic change, in the upcoming elections. Vice President Taylor said the party will campaign massively across the country in order to ensure the re-election of President Weah.
Party, and we want to ensure that every nook and cranny will feel the presence of our leader, President George Martin. You will see us from door to door, from house to house. Thank God the press is free. There's a digital world we're living in. You will see us. Don't worry, we are coming. The fact of the matter is we have a sitting president who has worked for the people of Liberia. All we are doing, taking our message to the nooks and crannies of the country to tell the people all of what we have done and what we'll continue to do. You know, the Bible says, by their fruits you shall know them. Over the past 5 years, you've seen the kind of work that has come out of our president. So you know exactly we'll be continuing that. Those who are standing on the side and planning, go ask them, but we are clear as to what we need to do.
Popular Liberian comedian Abbas Conde, alias Mama Liberia, is calling on Liberians to avoid getting into violent acts during these election periods. The comedian also warned against Liberians going against each other in violence for the sake of politicians whom he says will not show any concern for them.
I only want to tell you guys that don't allow politicians to fool you today to go cause trouble. We need violence free in the election. We don't want no noise. If you for SYZ, go and support SYZ. Let me tell you something. Who tell you that I not get my own candidate that I'm supporting or somebody that I'm supposed to vote for? But I will never want to go on the street and cause problem for other people. Or because I want to, support this person. At the end of the day, when I finish supporting you, you buy your car, you put tinted on your car, and either you don't know me. We already know politicians. Politicians looking at a new boyfriend. When they want to get, they will do everything to go for that girl. But as soon they get back, forget it. Once they touch it, they don't want it again. Like they'll be playing, be her. So nobody must fool you go out there to go turn rag or to go do anything in the name of my candidate. Don't do it. Don't do it. There are people trying to enjoy it in America, they enjoy it in Canada, they're using all your suffering. Nobody will fool you. Say to your heart, we need peaceful election. Very peaceful.
Let's now join Richmond Don for our sport news after this break.
Presenting. Ravia Angels FC has officially unveiled its new president and coach, including other key officials of the lower division women's football team ahead of the new league season. Making disclosure, Live FC Ofori Nucleus Jr. named Ophelia Boti as the club new president, Dixie Siwo as vice president, and Cecilia Afa as the new coach respectively.
Women's football development has been a vital portion of the agenda and plan of our CEO, Mrs. Sutton. And throughout the year, she has strived to promote and develop young girls and reminding them and showing them that there is life after the pitch. In this light, the fellow individuals that I will be unveiling were selected to serve women's football based on the role they have played and they are continuing to play in the society. Firstly is the president, the vice president of River Angels Football Club, Ms. Dixie Monique Joubert Sibo. Thirdly, the head coach of River Angels Football Club, I present to you Ms. Cecilia F. Afa, head coach of River Angels Football Club. And for the first time ever in the history of Liberian football, River Angels have decided to introduce a player's buddy. What is a player's buddy? A player's buddy is one in which that is a person who is assigned to a specific player that is responsible for the branding, the promotion, and empowerment of a female player. In this light, we have decided to unveil at least 2 of our female buddies, and in persons of Ms. Chantel Love Calando and Ms. Janelle Faith Canada.
Receiving their new jobs in a happy mood, both Ophelia Bontil and her Vice President Dixie Sibo promised to work as a team in order to improve the activities of the club and players on and off the pitch. But first is President Botti, followed by Vice President Dixie Sibo.
I pledge my time and support to Liberia Angels with the hope of getting adequate support from my team, because I am a team worker. So I believe as a unit, as a team, we can take Liberia Angels to the next level, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch, in other aspects of life. Because we women, we need each other to be motivational packages for others. People need to see one person push the other to join the line and go forward. So while it's true we are almost all women on the team, but to our brothers, to the fellows, we cannot do this with all you. We are trying to push women, but we need the gender guys to be there for us. It's not a competition with women and men. We are partnering with you. There's a partnership. So we look forward to you guys, and I look forward to the rest of my team and the president of Life FC. We need your guidance. Like I said, this is a strange environment, so I need guidance like a toddler.
I promise with all that I have, because the people who know me know once it's football, Dixie is there. I love football. It's top 10 and it's now number 10. And I promise that I'm going to be all in for Liberia Angels and whatever it takes for this team to move forward. Watching the Women's World Cup these days, see the likes of Cameroon and other people from other African countries, I believe that our girls are able to reach to that level. And I even had a huge argument with somebody about it, so I'm going to do my best, my part, to make this happen.
The newly unveiled head coach of Liberia Angels FC, Cecilia Afa, said playing along with the team is to win the tournament. Her statement was echoed by two players, Booties Joniel Cannon and Chantel Kalano, respectively.
I'm happy this evening to be in the midst of you, and I'm also happy to join the Liberia FC family. I promise that I, Cecilia F. Afa, along with my old member, with Kevin Lily, that's my plan for this season.
So thank you for life, thank you to University Angels for this opportunity, and I promise you that we're working line with my beauty here and show that she's better both on and off page. Thank you, please. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I can show the team and life that I'll do my best to take care of this baby, with encouraging her with everything that I have. Thank you.
Well, viewers, with that development, we come to an end of Boss TV Sports. I am Richmond Kelvin Dunn, and thanks for watching.
Many thanks to Richmond Dunn for our sport news. Join us on Friday for another edition of the Boss TV Sports News. With this, viewers, we've come to the end of Boss TV News. But before we leave you, let's recap our top stories. CDC Vice Presidential candidate Jua Howard-Taylor certain of a one-round victory in October. Representative candidate says President George Weah deserves a second chance. And civil society human rights advocacy platform of Liberia condemns what they term as rushed extradition of ex-Sierra Leonean Secretary-Chief. Many thanks for watching. I have been your presenter, Star Jari. Good night.